The ATO gave us an early Christmas present by providing us with their draft ruling in relation to trust vesting. Some of the key takeaways from that are really making sure that you look at the trust deed and understand the trust deed. Today we're going to look at some key points that you should consider when you're looking at those trust deeds and those potential vesting issues. So the first one there is making sure that you do actually take out the trust deed and you understand how that vesting provision works. Many trust deeds are quite straightforward. They might have an 80-year period, but sometimes you see the odd deed that might have a shorter period, 40 years, 50 years. It could be linked to someone's death. So just make sure you get a handle on when that trust will vest, because that allows you to plan for when that situation occurs. If you do have a deed that has a shorter vesting period, you've always got the ability to extend that period. In Victoria, for example, the statutory period is 80 years. So if you have a 40-year deed, you do have a lot of scope to try and extend that and basically put off the tax and the duty liabilities that might otherwise come up at a much faster point in time. Really three key areas to look at there. The first is looking at the terms of the deed and seeing if there's a specific power that allows that vesting date to be extended. If there is, that's fantastic. It's quick and it's easy to do. If you don't have that power, the second option is to look at the actual variation or amendment power under the trust deed. Now this is where it can become a little bit tricky because there's often different variations of this power. Some of them are quite broad and some of them are quite limited, and some of the limited ones may not actually give you the power to extend the vesting date. That then takes you to the third scenario. No specific power, you can't use the variation power. You then need to consider going off to the Supreme Court. There's been a number of cases in Queensland, in New South Wales and in Victoria where the courts have exercised their power to approve a proposed variation to the trust where that's in the best interests of the beneficiaries of the trust. In re-plator nominees in Victoria, for example, and more recently in the Ann Trust case, the court considered the settlor's wishes. They were to benefit the family in an ongoing basis, and the court was happy enough to extend the vesting date in both of those instances to the full period. It saved the clients a lot of tax liability and it also saved them some stamp duty liability. But the key thing to take away from our discussion today is to make sure that you review the deed, understand how that vesting date works, and then also if you've got any queries, feel free to get in touch. We're here to help at the end of the day, and we've got plenty of experience in varying trustees extending vesting dates. Speak to you soon. Bye.